What is up, guys? It's Phantom here today, and today we will be talking about the Mortal Kombat 1 story mode. Now, I beat the story mode on stream last week, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was definitely one of my favorite Mortal Kombat story modes, and I just want to kind of talk about it. And a lot of people have controversial takes on it, and there are a lot of plot holes I do want to address. If you guys want to actually see my playthrough, it's all on Twitch. And there will be parts that will be submittably uploaded around this time. I don't know. I haven't uploaded anything today because I was like, going to give them a break and stuff. But basically, Mortal Kombat 1 story mode is very interesting in the fact that it's another reboot. And we've gone through 3 different reboots. Well, not 3, but like 2. Which being that the first reboot was... First we had the Midway timeline. So all of the original Mortal Kombat from the 90s up till now was essentially its own timeline. Then Mortal Kombat 9, it came out 2011, 2012, one of those, and then they rebooted after Mortal Kombat 11. But despite it being rebooted, it feels like a soft reboot because Mortal Kombat 11 had its repercussions in this new era, and you definitely saw it in the story mode. A lot of fan favorite characters aren't as present, and I think because they end up getting used for the cameo feature, which, yes, I will talk about that when I do my full-blown thoughts on the game. I just want to talk about the story right now, but I like what they did with certain characters. So let's start with the beginning of the story, which it focuses on Kung Lao and Raiden. And Kung Lao and Raiden are supposed to be essentially the Liu Kang and Kung Lao, because back in the Shaolin monks era, it was Liu Kang and Kung Lao who would team up with Raiden. But now, Liu Kang is the fire god, so he put Raiden in his place. And I like the personality they gave Raiden. It's very much a mirror image of Liu Kang in the earlier films and stuff. Very much Chosen One vibes, but he felt kind of flat. He felt kind of boring in my opinion throughout the story. You weren't always around him, but you felt kind of flat compared to everyone else. Excuse me, my throat's kind of dry, and it's very, it's just me going out the dome. Kung Lao, I actually liked a lot more. He still had the cocky personality, but it fits for him and Raiden, because he definitely is carrying, when it comes to the two of them, he's carrying the conversations and everything, and I generally do like him for doing that. But the real personalities that kind of shine when it comes to the Earth Realm Squad or the Hero Squad is definitely Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage has been developed through all 3 timelines of the game. Because even in the original timeline, he was a cool character, but he wasn't developed. He was just look, the Hollywood man fighting in this death tournament. It isn't until the movies and now this game. This game in Mortal Kombat X and 11 gave him a great personality. Because in this game, he still feels a bit older. I still think he's younger than his Mortal Kombat X counterpart. But he's, kind of a washed up actor. But how he sees the world is that he's wanting to explore it and see more. Because even he doesn't believe half the shit that's going on. I don't blame him. I mean, it's weird that you're fighting ninjas and stuff like that. But he's become a lot more developed to where you're not seeing a selfish character. You're seeing him generally understand that the situation he's put into, he has to learn and he has to grow and be better. And he also has very much a very cocky and aggressive and confident personality. But it works for him because he's in Hollywood. That's how he has to be. And the thing is, he's not rude to the characters. He's not even rude to the villains that much. He's just... at times he feels like a geek, because that's how he was when with all his movie references. He's having general fun, and he doesn't just play as a comic relief, but he plays as a huge story mode. He feels like a main character. He feels more like the main character than Raiden does, and that's saying something. Of course, Kenshi was also kind of a sidekick, and again, Kenshi's always been a character with a lot of personality. He's always been the cool blind swordsman character, but this time we actually get to see him develop as well, from basically an angry character who wants to free his clan from being at the Yakuza clan, but now he sees, okay, I need to learn how to fight, I need to learn how to get in touch with my ancestors. And him and Johnny do have their rivalry in the beginning, and it works because they are two separate characters. One not taking things serious, and the other one is, and it works for how they interact with each other, especially later on when they develop their friendship, because they develop a pretty good friendship. Like, they have each other's back throughout the whole game, and it's something that I wasn't expecting. A lot of characters that you thought would be villains, like Smoke and Lin Kuei, don't become villains. I did not expect, by the way, this is a lot of spoilers in this review, like Smoke in general. I thought he was going to be a villain, but no. Him and Scorpion had some of the best character development in that whole entire thing. Not even character development, but had some of the best moments in it. Like, there's a moment when it's Scorpion, and he's trapped in the place because Sub-Zero betrays them, and he is just going ham, like fucking up everybody. And he's doing his shit, and that just shows, because they're all blood related, like Lin Kuei and like Sub-Zero and Scorpion blood related, and I think if you really think about it, Smoke's relationship with him is more of a cousin. But man, Scorpion has his moments in the story mode that I generally do love, and they do not do him dirty in the slightest. He might not be Hanzo, but Hanzo's coming later, because in Smoke's ending we find out there is a Hanzo Hasashi. So that's going to be dope to see, and I really hope whatever they do with the future storyline that he's in it. Of course, Liu Kang does a better... I feel like he's more involved than Raiden had ever been in the previous story arcs. Besides being the one to, like, you know, go in it at the last moment, no, Liu Kang wants to handle problems then and there. Like, just handle it right away before it grows any bigger. And that's what I like about Liu Kang. Him as the fire god and the earth representative, he's like, okay, there's an issue going on right now, let me handle that now, or let me send someone to handle that ASAP. He was such a dope, like, protector and god of thunder, and I really do like him as a, like, keep him in this role. Cause he was the only one I was like, nah, Shang Tsung, he pops up, he's fucking shit up. I can't stay peaceful with him around. Even Shang Tsung as a villain was probably, like, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi with the Deadly Alliance, and them making references to these other games and these other story modes probably was super dope. Like, it was definitely more of a 3D era game when it comes to how certain characters were. Like, immediately you said, nah, we're gonna deal with that right now. We're gonna nip that in the butt right now. Now, a negative that I really have is that I kind of wish it would have stayed, like, out of the multiverse. Because that's what they went for towards the end, was having, oh, the good timeline and the bad timeline are both canon, and the bad timeline that Shang Tsung created wants to come and invade that one. I didn't really want that as a story, but I kind of, like, over time I got over it, and I was like, let me just be hyped for what we got. And the only reason is because I feel like the story they had was pretty consistent if they stuck with just Shang Tsung starting a coup and, you know, starting to make everyone else fight each other. I feel like the alternate timeline thing would have been great as either an expansion or as a storyline for the second game. But I get what they did. They wanted to get it out the way, and it was cool playing against the Armageddon storyline and playing against these very weird amalgamations of characters. But overall, if I have to give Mortal Kombat, like, one storyline, anything, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Probably some of the best written storylines that we've gotten so far from NetherRealm. Of course, there's a bunch of plot holes, like, no one explained how Tarkat got there, how it originated, or who started it. That was one big plot hole. Again, they said that the General Shao was in prison, but how did they imprison him? How did weapons like Shinnok's amulet, besides coming from a different timeline, like, how did that affect the storyline? There's so much open-endedness. Even the ending, like the secret ending or whatever you want to call it, with Havoc, like, I'm generally curious about what they're going to do with that. Probably going to be DLC. Hopefully it explains stuff that has a ton of plot holes, because I'm still wondering why did Melina even contract Tarkat, and what are they going to do if she loses her bloodlust again, because we already saw what she did to Kenshi's eyes. But overall, that's just my quick thoughts on the story mode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe. It's your boy Phantom, and let your heart be your guiding key. I always say that. Peace out.